These boys that we brought to the court today, all of them are adults. Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor. Some of them are university graduates. The small kids you are seeing here, they came with some of their parents to come and greet their loved ones. They are not even the real suspects standing trial in this case. These boys were arrested in Kaduna and Zaria. Imagine the level we find ourselves now. Do you know how much it costs us to be at this level of a democracy in this country? These young boys are trying to destabilize Nigeria using the Russian flags and other countries, calling on the military to remove our president. Is it fair to even remove the state governors that they don't want democracy again? If you don't like democracy, are we forcing you? You go back home and sit. Everybody is enjoying their fundamental rights. Nobody is abusing their rights. Everybody is enjoying free movement and everything's are moving fine in the country. These boys only for no reason. They started protests, violent protests with the flags, foreign flags, Russian flags. Haba, is that what we want in this country? Don't mind the Defense Council. They will always say something to tarnish the name of Nigerian police. It's not true. In my own case, we filed charge against 43 defendants, and all of them were produced to the court today. All of them are adults. Forget about what they are telling you, that they are small children, this and that. Ask the Defense Council, do they truly know the suspect they're defending?
All right, now, so guys, when you look at the trial of these children, you'll be like, what comes to your mind? This counsel here, this lawyer now is saying that these people are adults. I'm going to play the video so that you see when Very Dark Man posted them, and also the pictures that have been flying on the social media, for you to discover that these are children, these are minors, and this lawyer here is coming to tell us that most of them are even married and all of them, they are adults. I just need to say this thing. I made it in a video that was yesterday. Providing solution as to what should be done so as to bring out these children. Let me just say this thing once again. In Nigeria, the issue of treason and children is governed by various laws. And I made mention of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and the Children and Young Persons Act, CYPA of 1958, the Criminal Code Acts of 1990, or the Penal Code, Then, in criminal code, there's a section 40 of the Criminal Code. It defines treason as any person who levies war against the states or attempts to overthrow the government. He said the person shall be guilty of treason. Now, the question is, what is the age of criminal responsibility? So, as I mentioned now, the Children and Young Persons Act of 1958 has already set the age of criminal responsibility at 7 years old. If you are 7, you can be criminally liable. However, for children between the age of 7 and 12 years, then the court must consider whether the child had the capacity to understand the nature and the consequences of their actions. Now, when we talk about treason and minors, then Nigerian law does not specifically exempt minors. It doesn't exclude minors from treason charges. Yes, that is understandable, but I'm heading somewhere. However, the court considers their age, with emphasis on their age, maturity, and understanding. So there is where I'll be coming, and that's why we have what we call equity in law. Sometimes we don't just follow the wordings of the law, the letters of the law. Equity comes to mitigate the harshness of the laws. So we take into consideration their age, maturity, and understanding. Now, Section 33 of 2 of the Criminal Code Act, it says that a person under the age of 12 years cannot be guilty of an offense. But in Section 33 sub 3, it says a person under the age of 12 years but over the age of 7 years may be guilty of an offense if the court is satisfied that he had the capacity to understand the nature and consequences of his actions. This is what comes to my mind. These children, most of these children, they did not even understand what they were doing. It is not just enough. Is it not just enough that they have been punished for this? Now, there are some other things. Instead of detaining them for months, for days, for weeks. Okay, now, how about there are different modes of sentencing children? Okay, if a child is found guilty of treason, the court may impose about 3 or 4 of these measures when it considers sentencing. Detention, number 1 is detention in a juvenile correctional center. Then number 2 is probation. Number 3 is community service. Number 4 is counseling. Number 1 and 4 could do detention in the juvenile correctional center for like maybe a week or 2 weeks. Then you counsel them so that they would even understand. Most of these kids, the kids were watching on national televisions, on social media, that their pictures are flying, their videos are flying. Does it look like they even understand what the word treason is all about? Most of these kids are coming from states with less educationally advantaged states. Most of them did not even go to school. They did not even understand what it means to overthrow a government or to wage war against the states. Then, however, the death penalty or life imprisonment cannot be imposed on minors. Yes, we know that in the commission of treason, we consider death penalty or imprisonment, life imprisonment. So, because these people are minors, it cannot be imposed on them. Yeah. So, that's international laws, that Nigeria have ratified, like the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, which prohibits the imposition of death penalty or life imprisonment on persons under the age of 18. Yeah, so why these children under 18 can be charged? In fact, theoretically, with treason in Nigeria, the law takes into account their age, maturity, and understanding. So the main focus should be rehabilitation of these kids and their reintegration into the society, into their family. Yes, I think this is the first time this kind of case is coming to our courts. Yes, there has been no notable case. There have been no reported cases of minors being charged with treason in Nigeria. Yes, there has not been any. So this is coming for the first time. We should tread with care. These are minors. Let our laws be clothed with grace. Let it be pavilion with grace and equity. Thank you. Don't forget to follow this page and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Let me go and take the film. This person is taken to the clinic. They kept me here. The prosecutor should do their business. How can you arrange children? What's house? Sorry.